Oui.
Покормим тебя в машине, окей? Потому что this is just, okay? I need to
اشتلت عملها
get ready, okay? I need to do this.
تسلي لا
Do they also need to see you?
normally sure to come.
There you go. That milk is kind of getting good.
Arjang, everyone has been accepted. No one is waiting to be accepted.
تسكو كول تمري
The chat now, China participant.
من دو تندا سوما ديرش
Yes.
Okay, no waiting as such. Okay. One minus right there. Only 8 joined. As of now, who all am missing right now? What's happening?
Someone listen.
Only 7
Yeah,
joined. Hmm.
I think we are going to start. Yeah, they are late.
Yeah.
Now we can start. Then they will catch up. Yes.
Okay. Lasso. So, hi everyone. Tashidale. My name is Dirk, and I've been working at Isukia for the last 10 years or so. Ni Ming Dorje Duk Roa, ani na Isukia la leka chigiya, ani lo chus drosung. Ani ni leka karisa lopchongi kari. Jetsul ani Chitap, Peshishatna Gigand Chitap, pedagogy, how to teach, and textbooks. Jungtap Detso Young. So today I am going to give a lesson or a presentation about flipped classroom. So Isukia's method for teaching is kind of a new method. It's not the traditional method, right? So we've all gone to school and we've all had lessons. Kari. I didn't speak Tibetan for a long time, so it's a little slow coming to me. Lokjuk. Ja, ani Jendrala Chibayin. Numa. Ani Natsutangma Gigin. Yeah. We've all been teachers, we've all had teachers, and we've all been students. Yeah. So the tendency, chirtang, mimangchewa, tagas, oh, gegen, now I'm teacher, ra? And I teach the way I was taught. But for Sukya, we really want to do something different, ra? We have to change kind of our way of thinking. Natsogi samtsu jebo gepkore. Flipped, right? This is flipped, the flipped in flipped classroom is we have to change our way of thinking. Okay. So one thing that we need to think about is how our students, what will our students be doing, you know, after? What are they training for? Natsuki lokju kongsogi mikyu kariyure. Ani kongsogi leka. Natsuki lopja tunsapi jela deni kongsogi leka kariyure. Right? We have to think about what are they going to be doing? How are they going to be working? How is it different than school? So maybe I'll call on one or two people and you can tell me, how do you think, you've all had jobs maybe, yeah? How is working different from school? Lopja dan lekung, kepa kariyore. What is the difference between a job and being a student? I'll just go down the row. Rinchen Toma la. Lekung dan lopja, kepa kariyore.
Legung na lopta.
Re. Kepa kariyore. Cherang lopjuk chewe kapsu ani cherang kari lekung la leka chewe kapsu dene kepa kariyore. That's not the same, right? When you're a student, when you're a teacher. Lopchungi chetul ani lega gi chetul. Chepar kariyore.
Legung na.
One difference. Just give me one difference.
Lopta do chashina susu jangara.
Uh-huh.
Kisi legung do chashina
Uh-huh.
susu ngeni rara.
Hagumasi. When you're a student, right, you're studying. You're studying alone. Is this your idea? Cherang chikpu. Lopchung chigore. Rebe.
Reo.
Ani lekung la.
Legung la mimang.
Mimang po yore. Ani mishampan yamdu leka chigora.
Re.
Uh-huh. Kepar di chigore. Ra. Tak re. So one difference. Workplace is collaborative. Mishampan yamdu leka chigore. When you're working in the workplace, you have to work with other people. When you work at a workplace, then you have to work on a project. Right? So the difference here is that when you're just a student, then usually, traditionally, all you do is you study, lopjongche, and you memorize, and then just say the same thing. Yeah? But when you work, you have to actually do a project. You have to create something. How can I say it? And now, something new. We have to have online and tech skills. Yeah. So if we're thinking about new things and new ways of working, these are the kinds of skills you need in a modern workplace. Or these are the kinds of skills our students will need when they finish. Natsugi lupju konsugi tsel kari kari jongdar chegore di dropo jongdar chego, right? So then that means really our job is to give our students these skills. Natsugi leka kari rezana dene tsel ditso ratsatatsala tsel skills ditso jegore. We have to give the skills that they need. So because we work together and we create projects, we're doing something. Peshikshakna nigileka esukiala nangten sishukangla nigileka karichigore ngatso loptep chigore. Ni mishempa nyamdu leka chigore. Nga puba mare ani nigi pogikei des yakumendu ani chetsang puba nyamdu leka chigore ra ani mishempa leka chigore nigi itself my skills I have to work with a team to create a final project ngatso sangma nyamdu leka chigiyo ani digi jela ngatso kare loktep chik zo and digi jela ngatso loktep chik yo. We work together and we create a project, and at the end we have a product. So this is the kind of education we also need to do. This is the new model for education. So for example, chua chikyo, what are you good at and how did you get good? Chirangi kari yakpochigi ani kanjis yakpochig chiso. How did you get good at what you do? Ngawang namgyal. Ngawang la. What is something you're good at? Chirang. It can be anything. Kari and young, a sport, music. Kari? Oh, kecha gabo yebe. Ale. Any kanjus yak bochungsung. How did you get good? 정다체 여자보, right? See, you got good by practicing, right? By doing it a lot. Yeah? So language or translation, what we teach our students, ki labna dene tell jabo yori. Language is like a skill, and yakpo haguna, yini anja yakpo lapkona, dene mangpo tell detso jongda chegore. Peshikshana tell shi yore, ki yewachena dene tell shi yore. Tell shi detso kari yore. So course guide 3 sure. Oh, yonga la tell shi yore. Ki tell shi kari yore.
Niente lokze shete chise.
Tak re. Shetel, loktel, chitel, any niente, right? Listening skill, speaking skill, reading skill, and writing skill. Any tel detso yaje drogona dene pe mangpo jongtar chegore. You have to practice them a lot. You have to do those things a lot, right? Okay. So one example would be being good at talking. to many different people, sure, if you like talking, or if you know how to ride a bike. Learning how to ride a bike, you know, you just get on, you ride, yeah, and eventually you get good. Language is same. Mhm. So then we come back to our idea that we have to flip the classroom. Then what does it mean? Yeah, in our traditional classroom, ngunmagi zenja, ini mangchewa kari lapuri. Ini michik gigante gangla de any tegas she, right? Any lokchuk detso kari chegi yori. Tegas de any nyen. Nyen yang tendra dila kari active mare. Tegas passive. Mitsangma passive yori, right? Any natso jepo gep kore. Natso di jepo gepna any kari yori. If we flip this classroom, then we take out this lecture, and during class we are engaged. Lopchu tetso jongda chegore, lapkore, nyengore, lapkore, chigore, ani lokore. We have to be active in the classroom. So our job as teachers, we have to get our students to be active in the classroom. That's one of our jobs. So, did you guys study about flipped classroom before this talk? A little bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
they had introduction before at the beginning of the training.
Okay. So, can you tell me some differences between traditional classroom and flipped classroom? Yeah. Any ngunmagi tsenja, any ngatsogi flipped classroom, jepo gyepki tsenja, keper kari yuri. Sonam jokala. Keper kari yuri. Ngunmagi classroom, any flipped classroom.
아니 ngumai jodan mancha gelai share manche loptuk share nyo an
Right.
tanda jota china loptuk share manche ani gelai the lamten ro che chiku mancha active manchi dia loptuk
Right. Then natsugi flipped classroom nanga then loptuki kari chigore she mangpo chigore shikin mangchewa loptuk ro reje tak re. The student has to be the one talking most of the time because they need to practice that skill. Tselte jongda chigore. An emphasis on skills, active participation. A de-emphasis on knowledge and just remembering facts. Yeah. Any this qua.
Ani dinda malem ngana dikebado.
Jumsin karizana. Then oops. Gunda. Jumsin karizana then ngunman ngatso karilukure. Before, we always used to have everything memorized, yeah? Before there's paper, before there's computers, it's very good for the student to have things memorized. There's no other way, yeah? But after we invent paper, then we can write things down. But still, you need to memorize things because you have to be able to find it. And you cannot always find it. It's not easy to search a paper. But today, we have computers. Computers are very fast. They can remember everything. So we just need the skills to find things using the computer. We can use the computers as tools. This is one important thing. Yeah. Poke nangla kanjuslapure. Dene tensang natso lole yo. Draw. Any lole detso pechutangna dene kare taplam peng mangbo yore. Natso changma lepala nyamgo mare lolela pechutang tupira. I don't think that was very good translation, but maybe you get a little idea. This is a little difficult. Okay, yeah. What machines are good at? Processing data, lots of it very quickly. So, lole, tsikor. Lole yang tsikor pechutana dine tsikor dezo kare yakpo chegiore. Repetitious, boring, monotonous work. Like memorizing 500 different words and having to repeat them. For human, actually, it's very difficult, but for computer, very easy. Not so. Seek, pay among for memorize. Memorize, Lobna? Karire. Memorize, Lobna?
memory with flower.
Jumpa. Jumpa che?
Magdojo, magdojo.
어떠시나?
론지.
Lodzin?
Lodin chiba, lodin chiba.
Lodzin? Lodzin. Very boring. Computers are also good at recognizing patterns and doing anything based on rules. Yeah. If that's what computers are good at, then what are humans good at? Maybe, who's Course Guide 2? Course Guide 2?
Lobsang.
Lobsang. Okay, Lobsang La.
Yes.
What are humans good at?
Good at eating.
Yeah. Any Shimba?
Creativity.
Oh, creativity.
Different.
Yes. Perfect answer. Creativity. So eating, yes. Human beings are good at having human experiences. And me and Antine, mi shamba nyamdu kechesetu brani, mi shamba nyamdu kalakza, ani kanjus lapuri. Tsemotse tupura. You can have jokes and play games. Computers, not possible. You can empathize with other people's feelings. Mishambagi tsowa dan kare. Oh, my Tibetan is so poor now. Tsowa dan nyamnyong. Detso pe yarpo shetupira, gotupira. Ani mishimpa cherangi tsowa dan nyamnyong godaju chetupira. You can communicate your feelings and your experiences with other people and share them. You can decode sociocultural cues and subtextual messages. I'm not even going to try to say that in Tibetan. And you can listen to languages. You have a feeling for how they sound and how they feel. Peshishakna, poetry. Human being, you can have feeling. Tsowa, nyen sapitela dene tsowa yongirwa, ani nyamnyong mixa yongirwa, ani lole yena, dene ti yongimare. Okay. So then maybe you guys already know, how does this change homework? nangjong. When we have flipped classroom, then in the classroom, we are active. We are practicing our skills. We are speaking, we are listening, we are reading, and we are writing. And we are communicating with our teacher. We're doing human things with our teacher. Then, what does student do at home? Who else is here? Chime. Kotsusunge. Dene, natso zenjo sarpa dila. Natso gegen da ngopjuk nyamdu jongdar chegiyore, right? Ani kongso logiyore, ani shegiyore, ani nyingiyore, ani tigiyore. Di anyang nangjong de kari chegiyore. Nangla lopjuki leka kari kariyore.
nangla nangjong che la gore. Nangla kele ge nangjong gur kirwa.
Mari lopjuki leka.
Lupjuki nangjong chigire.
Chegiyore be.
Chikele gurna nangjong chigora.
Lobchuk nangjong khari chigure, jina ki nyola chigure, jina ki jela chigure.
Tende jela chigur, nangla tu nangjong chur.
Di nyama re, tanda di la tochorish.
Al class wala tende la rang chur.
Yankya sonda?
Tende nangla rang nangjong, tende kurta tende la rang chur.
Le nganzo ki flipcast tablam de la lobchu de chiwo mare ngama tangbo jinda la jo ani jila nangla jo ti ani chachong chiwo re na ande nangjong chiwo re. Desa nganzo ki tablam di taram sapa di tangbo nangla lobchuk nangjong chiwo re. Tangbo kondi nangjong chiwo re ani jila lobsen kare lobcha la mare jinda la jo ti kapsu gege nyandu tongda chido.
Jela tende churwa ani chutur chura kela da den.
Gigen chimba chik di deshigana yapo inzare. Na yonga.
맞아. 럽주 저기 산이 럽진 가려이 바데 드린 낭라 당보 낭조 지에레 당보 낭조 제 아니 낭조 참마 제 간다 산이 장야데 드린 낭조 제 산이 진달래 요도 다 디기 짜종도 차이라 럽진 용수 산이 진달래 아니 낭조 친조데 지워치는데 이난 진달래 지체 럽제 마장을 낭조 지에
Lare. Jadik chegore, right? Exactly. Okay. Then I just have a few interesting slides to end with. It's very important that we know that it takes many exposures. The student has to hear a word many times before they memorize it, yeah? There's the idea, like traditional idea is that, the student can just memorize the word and then they know that word. But in reality, you have to hear this, the student has to hear this word again and again in context before they start recognizing that word. And then they have to hear it again and again and again, many more times before they're able to use it. Dene, natso sik sarpa, kanjis kare. Jangore zana dene ngunma mi pe mangpo samsu kari na dene tagas lotsen dene shingyore gogiore ra sik sapa de detso yene yang ding ngune yamare dene kepa detso takchu che tapi jela dene teng pe mangpo nyengore tsiksapa. Ani teng chunis. Ani tsamtsamla mangwa. Chunis nyingore. Ani degijila kale. Oh, lopjuk detso. Oh, gogi kari. The image becomes clearer and clearer. Selpo chagiore. Dutsu ringpo. Oh man, my Tibetan's really bad. Over a long time, then the word becomes clearer and clearer, and then the student understands. Yeah, they cannot. Don't expect your student to just hear the word one time and expect them to know it. You have to tell it over and over again. You have to use it over and over again in context. Yeah. Siksapa detso pe mangpo pechitangore. Ani yanka pechitangore. Ani koryu ginangla pechitangore. Ani sikshempa detso tangma hakogore. The student has to know all the other words already. So they have to understand the new word in the new context many times, again and again. Yeah. This you don't have to worry about because it's kind of built into the material. And also it's something the student has to kind of worry more about. But the words that are frequent, that come again and again, are the easiest to learn because you hear them again and again. Tsiktetso yankya yongira, peshishana tsiksarpa re, if the new word is re, the student will learn it very quick because it comes again and again, and it's very obvious what it means, yeah? Or if the new word is na or kerang. But if the new word is very rare, then maybe they don't learn it, maybe they forget it. Kyomare. Ra. Kangin sena yanker yongore. And in natso gileka, natso jongtep de chiwe kapsu dene siksapa detso yanker pechitangore. It's our job to put it in the material to help support you. So, but just know that this is something. Yes. So this is another, oops, I keep pressing it. So this is another suggestion we give our students. I think teachers should also know that text that is written down, it's really helpful to treat it as if it is spoken speech. Because when we write a message, or when an author writes a message, they're trying to communicate something to us. Lo papo ditso kari chiwe kapsu dine kongso kongsogi samno kongsogi samsu kari dajuche chigiore. They're trying to communicate with us, yeah? So if we treat the text as if it's speech, and so lowe kapsu dene kongsogi kare. What is, oh, yeah, I'm having trouble with this one. Maybe Senge can help me.
If I'm not wrong, I think what you're trying, so like if kare konso pena lingmul chik lodu kapsu, sometimes lobsen kashi nyenne shuyare, ani kashi lone tiare, ani the lone one mare log du kapsu, yeah, when they have to read. 먼저 참참 지그레라 치와치도 딜람나카레 아니 건조 엔데 지그레라 대시 ask for deshe, yeah, but actually if they're reading it has its someone speaking, they will should try more to understand the meaning of the phrase, not of every word of the sentence. Yeah, I think that's the point, right, Dirk?
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. So don't get stuck. If your student keeps asking, what's this word? What's this word? What's this word? Don't get stuck giving explanation about every word and every grammar. The important thing is what the author is trying to say, or what the text is trying to say. What's the message? Okay. And finally, this is just the last slide. Maybe you've seen it before in some of the materials, yeah? So here we have our concrete sense experiences. So here's our example. We have an apple. Tene chirtang ki gikola kichashena. Tene natso kare ngu dan chala ani Dramanja natso nyamnyong yore yop. Peshisana kushu. Natso kushu chikyo. Natso purba chikyo. Natso kare. Kare yaniyam. Dra. Teni natsogi lepala. Natsogi samnala kare yongire. Nyamnyong de yongira. Peshisana kushu labna. Teni natsugi lepanangna kushugi kare shape ani kushugi chowa ani kushugi tsundo, the color of an apple, the shape of an apple, what it looks like. If I say apple, na kushu lamna teni chirangi sambala kare yongiri. Onda. Rinchen Toma. Kushulamna deni chirangi sambala kare yongiri.
ngarangi samsula kushulana sayajigimba.
Sayachigi.
sayajigimba. 아니 신도직임바.
신동. 좋아 영리레베. 쿠슈.
라?
좋아.
좋아 너무 쉬워. 근데 잠시.
제제제.
안 춘도 너무 쉬워.
쿠슈라. 아니 쿠슈람나? sense imagery. 아니 되게 제라. We attach this sound, kushu, ja, this ja. We attach to this idea of an apple. And then we have kushu. Actually, I have a Tibetan version of this. Maybe I can find it. It would be clearer. Where's the Tibetan version? Sukya student presentation. Maybe it's in here. Gonda, Discoa. Nyam nyam. Dra. Kushite. Nyam nyam. Ni. Yankyar. Nyam nyam. Yankyar. Nyam nyam. Oh, dikushu. Oh, nyam nyam. Yong. Ni. Digi togne. Dunchi. That's a sambala. Lepala. Ni. Tetumbija. Kushu. That's a kushu lapira. Oh, dikushi. Ni yankyar. Nyam 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 nyam. Kushu yankyar yongira. Oh, dikushure. Dikushu. Shambadu. Any digi togne teni dunchi. Any dra. Any digi jila dra deto dra detumbi zuk trigi yore dra ku shu. Any tsuk deto yegi deto Kari tsumbi. Ja tsumbi, right? The letters stand for the sound. The sound stands for the idea of apple. And the idea of apple stands for the experience, the real experience. So when we're teaching language, ki lapoi kapsu dini di pegatsumpore. Nanso gi nyamnyo, dan towa, dan ki tawa chigore. We have to make the connections for our students. What's the connection between meaning and experience and the language? Pegatsumpore. That's us. Chua Yube.
I think it's what you're explaining now with the experience of Kushu is also what I explained them before during the first training with Ja. Ja, we also give them example of Ja. Ja can have so many different meanings depending of the experience you have. Some people live near the beach, maybe if you say tea, maybe they will think like iced tea, something cold and like this. If you say ja tea to someone English, ja, it will be like a tea with milk like this. If you say ja to a different person, it will be this ja like salty with butter and like this. So I explain them also like, yeah, we need to create this common experience with the student around the world, around Nyamyung, Chikba Chiksaware, and they will understand the meaning that you want to connect with this word. With the experience they will learn the word, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, yeah. That's what I understood.
That's right.
Okay.
I think that we use that example in our other presentation.
Chiwa yerebe.
Flipped classroom corner.
Me, I wanted to add a small comment about this frequency when we were speaking about the frequency of a word, that more and more this word will come in the experience of the student when he is learning Tibetan in a dialogue or activity and like this, more and more the student will be able to use it and memorize it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why also I was wanted to say to the teacher, like sometimes Jego Chidu Kapsu Tik Dezo Yore, and the Junda Jabore, Tik Dezo the Junda Jabore, and the Jetang Kale Tuna Digire, and the Gobo Jona Konso, they will not be able to memorize, I think.
Right.
Kale Jo, Sidi Kikola, Kijeshi, any Tidi Dinyamdu, Tikrups, Chinyamdu, Kare role play, Yana Tipia, Zobo Namgun, Kiche, and the Tiki Kola, Karmanga, Juna Chena, any. For sure, your student memorize it at the end of the lesson. More you take time on a word also, yeah. But it doesn't have to be, of course, we have to select this word, like not some words that are not so important at the beginning of learning the language, yeah. This is you have maybe to keep in mind. Some words are not so important at that moment, so we don't need to spend 5 minutes to explain the student. But some of them are more important, so that's why we have this frequency list. Just something to keep in mind. Maybe when student asks question about dilam nakare, that di kelchembo mare, di tesha, or di tsi this kelchembo do di joshi di kekora tes kelchembo do peche mambo pepa de tot sama tsi di peche pe mambo chigi yore, ani di lana. I think it's
that's right. That's one way to tell, or that's one way to tell what's an important word, what's not an important word. So some students want to know every single word, and you can just say, oh, leave it. Samla shat, ra, galchimpo mare, samla. Yiniyang tikde galchimpo yore, ani tikde mi pe mangpo pechitang yore. Nima reje pechitang na, deni galchimpo yore, ra. Oh, dire. Any Shamba?
Tivo yerebe.
Don't be shy.
Tsagi machida.
Ala 좀 ngani sangi jiglasa digital getsar an getting said respect.
This is exactly the same experience that your student is living. First, you explain them one word, they use one word. This hakoso. And you explain in the future in second class, third class, you see again this word, yeah? This word comes again and again. Then, oh, serpo chaso, oh, ta hakoso. Same experience you have today with this explanation, yeah? Sometimes, if I can say for myself, when I was a student, I was learning Tibetan language, and then so one day some teacher were giving me like 20, 30 new vocabulary, I couldn't memorize this. It was too much. And the next day, when they were asking me questions, trying to make me make sentence on this vocabulary, some vocabulary I couldn't remember. Then they were upset with me. They're saying, Kasan, Manta do I can't, and also maybe the kasang chipu gonyoye. Ta nima di gijela gegen goneng ala chiwatiso. Nga tingi mindo kaina ting chik chipu gonyoye. I can't remember it. Yeah. This is the experience that your student will feel also sometime. So
yeah.
Like this.
Be patient with your students.
Yeah.
Have some compassion. Kale. That's a loptu yung pick up de that's a pugu drop do. Any pugu lapoy kapsu de Kyomare, kale, jigiro. Be patient. Zapshongche.
So anitana kiranzo rejela during ki presentation di kare serpo chakson kare yabo koso chik labdang pege nangla mi rejela chik shoda ta tampo jinchen dorma ngande nima. You are the first one on my screen, that's why.
No.
Nonda kare serpo chakson during
Tring kare house la na zo di da tring flip classroom ajre da jushi de juja zo ani nima gi zinda tigyo di da an tanda flip class la keba hari yuri le jura odi chikshasa ani ta pugu dunzo la kizi lapsa weje la dile yangyo kyardu chiye jura ting chungis to kyardu chiya dide roshi and the house ani kushu le di ani kushu lawa tanga zugi ni tika lebanon kharshare jura tangbu
이거 조시 칙담 아니 조시 디 콜라 카레 고선 페나 ki 탑람 그 methodology teaching methodology tang flip classroom methodology kebar kare goson
kebar di introductions nyema ro chashina gegengi mangashira lobtu gi manganingira ta 단도로 차시나 아니 롭툴라 망아시 주에슈라 아니 기긴기 딜라야 아니 망보마시 와치 안딜라 디스디스다 소주게 니 가리네 디스 뉴뉴시에주라 멘조 어디로래
아니 flip classroom 값수 게겐 당 롭투 그냥도 되지 값수 가르치기도 거니 가르치기래
알레 게겐 당 롭투 냠도 되게 값수 라
레카 그래 what they are doing
알레 롭투기 마시에레 게겐기 니야
yang robatia of course pedre 롭투 종달 마와치 practice yeah it's more about practice so da ngawang namgel. Any tering Joshi chik kare one ID that you got career. Chik. Ma tia kira tering nganzo te pe mampu kija shin ya dork tanga and kira kare kursus. Give me one ID, one point that you got from this training. Something new that you learned today from this methodology. For you, it's the first time you hear about this, yeah. Also, think tambore. Lasso. Any snam droga.
Ani rinjin kashi kan lasa dodors. Ani tanda tradition da flip class lighti mancho dirish. Loptuk da gelagi chego chedan jo opposite dish. Ta cheta. Ani tigina gelagi mashe. Ani loptuk nya da tia chia. Ani tanda dinalena loptuk gi mancho tia shia kanza mancho loptuk chia che. Ani chetan lop nali chera nali tinga chetan anzo ye kare tigina chiye na ta ani nali di gelagi lopsin lav jela nali tia. Anti member tanda khunzu ngoni online nare kaina ta tajatan tani ani ngogi ta lopsin singi di Tadichi, look to rangi Tadichi and Zandana led house.
Lasso. Gumsen Kajine Tablam Kajine and the Chason Kare. What is the why we do like this now? Gumsen
the Gimse Mancho look to the Pacha Mabu Yuashitrish. The Lopsin Giant Barcelona not to Tik Lana Pemabu Zuda, Lebanon Mabu Zuda. Dinasta loptu kazu kishi shebina shezelena kazu shebina kola pasha ma dira leban ani share the color dingzu leader confident leader ando ani yang logya ine tara dindas
it's about repetition and practice yeah. Same was giving these examples of riding a bike, yeah, a bicycle. Chunjung kapso keranso bicycle tanya shunya tugi yobe. How do you say this? You know how to ride a bicycle? Come on, a bike, scooty.
Chakta. Kankor,
scooty, tang shiyobe. Lobson? Locho la mi mambo scooty yobe. Scooty yobe.
Scooty me nga dingila baba kasi shida roba chamo kidosta.
Tang shiyobe kira.
Tang shinge.
Tang shiyobe kanjis chai.
Loho gor zomen ba. Loho gor zomene.
Loho.
Loco.
Loho. Sorry?
Race?
Race? What it means? I don't understand. Kosumazon.
Loco zomena na ngaya ta hyuni gor tang sai te gor tang ra sinrode.
By riding again and again, yeah.
Shouldn't.
No, think tambo.
Dingse.
Yeah.
Love gitu like myself to I don't know how to ride a scooty. I'm trying. I'm learning now. And then I already fall 3-4 times. But I continue. I'm trying and I go on the scooty. I try, I fall, I try again, yeah. It's same for the Tibetan language, yeah. As Dirk was saying, language is a skill. Same skill than knowing how to ride a scooty, yeah. So how Snam Prakash was saying, yeah, it's about practicing with the teacher. it's same yeah konso norwa china ke yomare norwa ditso apeken ana kan rabu homo so the mistake are part of the learning yeah loju norwa china ke mai norwa chidi gaso gegen nojo chigido ani konso nojo ditso
Nocho che gore. Students have to make mistakes.
norwa
Nocho che gore.
norwa
Nocho mena dene kare yaje jogi mare. If there's no mistakes, they're not going to improve.
So that's why the students, they should not feel too much pressure to speak with mistake. It's okay. You have to tell them. Na wajana ke mare. Ani norwachi, gegen nochuchi, ani ende yaga duire. It's about practicing and practicing and practicing. Yeah. And also that's the other reason why this flip class, like tambo nangla nangjunche, kainsna nangla kondo tambo memorize the tambo test tambo tongido. Ani jila practice chetugido ya junda chetugido yinyendo la sota lobsan sonda tering karese bochas
material more patience la ja
voda chik sonda chik sarpa chik sonda
the memorize the tambo himaya paper disco matching ya nga to memorize chigora paper disco is the samata ya paper no chigora but still we are recalling memorize sama chigora computer le rata computer stage generation pe mobile le rata thanda doina te to pe tab de to cha ni sama ya computer no yora tab de to cha ya machine chamba machine khatu de type sira
She Google G chiwa chito kura. Google G dikres.
je ta lole nangla chama yore ya ina ya ta dezo chama khanje speech go yeme di gege nyamdo kare nyamyong nyamdo jangi yore ya jesan Nablamende chas. Peabo. Yonga.
Ta diri sawa ta 가르친 쓰는 약수식 식살 식살 유나요 식살 이게 대린 럽젠도 다 단데네가 코란라 군코든데 멤버든데 이나 단데 샤스 제레인다라 키신 보이고 아니 단데 이게 단데 배주 유신 받다 왔다 단데 럽젠단 제와 유바 코란게 내체단 트바 이나 딘디시 양사스 게다 세부 게다 코란라 중다 저주데라 까마 시가 가르던 거네 땅이 이디 하고 있어야지 제 아니 디 럽젠디다 당 아니 다데가로 고랑기 내제디 테스 토타사드나 식사디 샤샤 제라인달라 개진부인 거로 아니 다단도 쪼가 저기 럽젠기 탑람디니도 시나 또 무마게 럽젠라당당 다데 럽젠라당라고 이러 어디기 다저 무마이는 아주 럽젠지 이나야 지데나 랩 게란들레 레드 럽젠 사와사짱지 저기 창마치 이네리 럽젠기 된다 이네 정말 사와사짱 아주 게라기가 저주듯이 겨워라 다들 아주 빌라잔디 가르들레나 럽트로그 수수 문에 장라 게라라 치워치 수수 마신디 소리 게란다네 근데 기수수 마시바 있는 게란 치워치 수수 노와 있는 게라가 노주 치야마도 게라게 사와라야 되기 근데 칼로 미 네어도 언더도 디 인버도 근데 이나 가진라나 럽트로그 시야티기 칼로리 시야기 뿌체도 뿌가도 좀 말에 뿌체디 돼서 야와 있는 간단게 신도 라다가 주쿠슈 라다나 주쿠슈 샤기리라서 심라 샤고야지 고리라고라다 디 가리나 땅이 계시 인치로주지 라그나게 쿠슈라나 가레란 람상 쿠슈 셈라 쿠슈라야기 이미지 디마샤지 람상 애플라디 쿠슈 셈라 팅게요리라고라다 랑 미징아서 잘라나가서 람상 자포바 강 통거라 타곤도 계시 콘조기 따 콘조기 잘라나가서 람상 티라디 팅기 마랑아서 자포바 강비 샤기라 당한서 콘조 된데 샤와지 조토고리로 아주 콘조를 잘 나와다 람상 콘조 티라 찍지 마트지 람상 자포바 강 통해지 와서 근데 소토고지 우리 당은 랍디 탑랑 탑시 가르쳐 오니 근데 벽에지 라들랑 사자라디 상 친구야지 소리 샤트워지 릴로 어 근데 로지 라이 사레 상상 네
Let's switch number. Dirk, you want to add something about this or how coisa say? Oh, then Tatarish. Yeah, so I think like when we have a word like look through this, so sometimes you say ja, they will see the letter ja, yeah, in their mind, but that's not the goal. Yeah, the goal is them to see the image, the experience that goes with the sounds, not the writing part. Yeah, the writing is the last step.
Right.
Yeah, the last step. The first step is the experience with the sounds. Yeah, then after, like by listening, nyenne nyamnyo lebgido ya kare image chik legido. Ani jila ye nyamnyo image jila apar jila ani ke kare lebgido di kushu labtu kiyo. Ani jila chiyarish. She say. Last step is the writing, right?
And this is much harder when we're talking online. We're stuck online, and so this is much harder for the goal. If you are able to kind of move your screen around and help, I have this one on. If you're able to kind of move your screen around and help make their experience more alive, yeah, then you do. Anything you can bring, any props you can bring, then do. Anytime you can Google an image, Google a picture, then do it. Anytime you can show a picture, anytime you can bring a sound, any kind of real experience, any tangible experience you can give for your student, then it will be very helpful. So, not so chalam lapwe kapsi deni tamzamla tagas lapkiore ani blah 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 blah. Sometimes we're just talking on the screen like it's nothing, right? Really, we should be trying to engage, be engaging, be active, just like our students. Even if you have some lessons where you're like take them on a walk around Dharamsala or whatever. Like there's one of the lessons in there is about around town, yeah? Like take your phone with you and actually go outside and be showing and talking about what you see. Cham cham lanjo. And richi yore. Oh, ta. Right? There's a mountain over there. Look. And talk about what you see. This would be a very good lesson. So kind of think about that. What can I do to make this experience more real? Kangyan sanang so jalam yana dene mixagi nyamnyong yongi mare mixagi soa chirtang yongi mare.
That's like but just one small comment, yeah? Looking image on Google, you can always look by writing in Tibetan. Never write in English in front of the student, yeah? Because if you write in English, then they will make the translation and then will be kind of a fail for their learning, yeah? They should not show the translation. So you can type in Tibetan in Google and then you will find the image. Most of them you can find by typing in Tibetan. If really you can't find, then just you can type stop sharing the screen, or not, even though like this they can see after, but you can put on your phone and then show only the image, yeah? But don't show any Tibetan writing. It's one of the can do in your passbook actually also.
And you'll notice different images come up when you use different languages, right? There's a different like prototypical, I don't know how to say this in Tibetan, like the general idea of something. It's not one-to-one, it's never one-to-one. Like we were talking about with tea. Yeah, a tea in my mind is not the same as tea in your mind, or a tea in an Indian person's mind. You know, if I say chai to an Indian person, they're going to think this tiny hot cup of sweet tea. Yeah, if I say tea, like she said, to British person, they're going to come up with like, you know, a mug of tea. Or, you know, it's going to be different for everybody. And you'll see it in Google image search when you do different languages, then different pictures come. Cake shimpa page tangna deni Google so wake up so deni par shimpa yongire, right? Any indicate page tangna, any par cheek yongira, any poke page tangna par shimpa yongira, any chitang pega champore, poke page tangore, dangpo. Any mena dene chikchina indicate page tangura, yang chirangi lokjuk, yegi detso matongna yakshure. It's best if the student does not see those image the picture, the letters, the English letters, because then they already have this image set in their mind. They need to make a new image for the new language.
La so ani ngesam palatering charso tu simson. So tuchinang. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. Ani lazani de la cham shain.
Tujina.
Jima tugyong.
Jima tugyong.